Call of Duty is a well-established franchise of war-themed first-person shooter games that began in 2003. One of the main reasons why this saga is so famous is its historical factor. Each game takes place in a war scenario, whether futuristic, current or historical, and this time, the setting is in World War II. Over the years, the franchise has been one of the most successful and referenced in the video game market. With an average of one launch per year, Call of Duty: Vanguard is the 18th game in the franchise and brings back a game set at the end of World War II, after a long time without this theme. The campaign is different from other games. Here, you'll see 7 different missions, with different characters and times within the context of the war. Nonetheless, the only difference between them is the story told from the character's point of view in the form of flashbacks, and each one has specific abilities. The plot is largely the same as This War Changed the World. The online multiplayer mode is present as always, as well as the acclaimed zombie mode. When you buy this game or Call of Duty: Cold War, you get the game CoD MW 2019 for free, a bonus that this game provides. Plot: the game begins by controlling Milos Novak as one of the members of the task force, Arthur being the leader of the squad, in which we invade a train heading to Hamburg, Germany, to find out more about a secret Nazi file, the Phoenix Project. After this event, the members are interrogated by Nazis, where their story will be the game's campaign, and we will control each one of them: Arthur Kingsley, Paulina Petrov, Lucas Riggs, and Wade Jackson. Much of the game will be the adventures of each character who acted in wars that took place in real life, such as the Battle of Stalingrad. Thus, the game develops at this pace. Graphics, setting and soundtrack. Call of Duty graphics are becoming more and more realistic, and, when I say that, I am referring to the various factors that contribute to the immersion of the game, such as lighting, environment, colors, saturation, and everything a good game needs. In the first mission, we will be introduced to the group in which the tutorial takes place. Here we see what the game is capable of. At night and with a lot of rain, you can feel in the skin of the character how intense and frantic that moment is. For example, in the beginning when the train is moving, it is necessary to eliminate the enemies in the wagons and the reinforcements that arrive by car. All this with a relentless soundtrack and lighting that seems to be watching a movie. As always, very detailed on everything. Everything is very beautiful. Besides being a game about war, it's a game that makes you feel what these soldiers went through, in addition to action and a lot of adventure. Because the game takes place with different characters, we have the possibility of witnessing different war scenarios that existed in history. Like, for example, we are at the Battle of Stalingrad and then to Midway, in a frantic air battle. In my opinion, the biggest contributing factor to total immersion is the soundtrack. In almost every moment of the game there is a song that fits perfectly at that moment. It is always an adventure, epic or tense music that reminds us of colossal things orchestrated by instruments that are used in great operas such as violin, cello, etc. Another factor of this game being so fun is to think that what we are playing and having fun really happened, so it's not really fiction at all. In many moments when we hit enemies, the limb where it is hit reacts in a real way, that is, it explodes, dismembers, pierces and spurts a lot of blood. Gameplay. This game has the same movement engine as CoD MW from 2019, being very pleasant to play. Most FPS games follow the pattern of shooting, jumping, crouching, throwing grenades, and butting. This time we have fast and frantic gameplay. An interesting point in the campaign is the so-called blind fire, which is only possible when you are crouched behind a structure or on the side, and a sign appears on the edge of the object where you can shoot without having to expose yourself to enemy fire. However, the aim is not stable. With each shot and bombs exploding alongside, you can feel this sensation in control, making the game more immersive and fun. Each character's abilities. Arthur Kingsley is the leader of the group and has the ability to give orders to allies to attack. Paulina was born in Stalingrad, is an agile woman and known as the Lady of Death, for being an excellent sniper. She is able to do climbs, like a parkour, and pass through small structures quickly. Wade is an expert plane pilot during the Battle of Midway, then he can use the skill that makes him faster. The crosshair locks directly on the enemy and makes it possible to see them hidden. Lucas is an expert in explosives, he can see the path of grenades, detonators and knives. Online multiplayer. The highlight of this game. This is perhaps the most complete online of all Call of Duty. This mode features 16 maps and 38 weapons in all. There are 3 modes, Tactical, Assault and Blitz. The servers are great and are always full of players. Fast and accurate gameplay makes the game more fun and dynamic, with 16 players in each of the 2 teams. Due to so many maps, there is the advantage of not worrying about the same map repeating itself. It will almost always be different maps. The maximum level of the character is 55, the primary weapon is 70 and the secondary weapon is 60. It also has a huge possibility for customization of weapons and equipment. Zombie mode. The story of Zombies mode takes place before Call of Duty, Cold War. Killing Nazi zombies in CoD brings back good Black Ops nostalgia, and the Kino der Toten map is present. The development team for this mode was Treyarch. Before starting a game, it is possible to choose the character you want to play with and the weapons, as well as an artifact. In the first few minutes, you can notice that as we progress and change maps, the objective also changes frequently, as if it were a roguelike. The progression boils down to making the objectives. In Season 1 there is no Easter egg or side Easter egg, which displeased fans a little. But in Season 2, an Easter egg was released on the new map Terra Maledicta and a new objective called Sacrificio, which consists of defending the totems scattered on the map. On the screen there is a mini-map, in the upper left corner, showing enemies and map information. A life bar appears on the zombies, as well as the amount of damage it takes when hitting them. On the map there are shops that make it possible to improve weapons, buy ammunition and buy advantages to facilitate the game. It is also possible to play online or local multiplayer. Problems and bugs. During my experience I didn't find any problem or visual bug or that interfered. Final grade, 8.